We have had some big weeks in comics so far in 2025, but arguably this week is the biggest one yet because we have the returning Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee, two icons of comics, icons of Batman, the creators of Hush, who told the legendary Batman Hush story. They're returning for Batman Hush 2, baby. This is going to be massive. And in addition to that, there are some huge releases all this week on Pals Previews. We're going to be breaking it down for you. And so up front, we're going to let you know the books that we are going to be reading for the show being Pals Pulls this Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. These are the books that we've got on tap. The aforementioned Batman 158, which you have to make sure you pick up. You've got to buy this. Absolute Wonder Woman #6. The debuting Absolute Martian Manhunter, a book you're going to want to buy in physical. Ultimate Spider-Man #15 and Uncanny X-Men #12 with art by our man Gavin Guidry.
Big week. God damn.
Hot damn.
As much as I like to hush to a bat on that thing, I don't know if that's what I'm most excited for this week. I think Absolute Martian Manhunter, Dennis Camp, Cale in it. Assorted Crisis events we read 2 weeks back. We harp on Ultimates almost too much. We need to chill. We need to focus we need to double our efforts into Absolute Martian Manhunter instead. And the art by Javier Rodriguez, he's been one of my favorite comic artists since I saw his art decades ago at this point. So I'm excited about that. But also like Gavin doing a Gambit story? Come on. Like Gavin's tailor-made for that. And then also Wonder Woman, we got a guest artist too with Mattia De Ulis on this issue.
Oh.
Absolute Wonder Woman. She's in hell and is drawn by Mateo. Like, Hush 2 has got some, it's a big release, no doubt about it. But in terms of quality, it's got some competition this week.
Yeah. I agree with you there. Martian Manhunter is going to be the thing in my mind to look out for. But you're right. This cover alone on Wonder Woman, you can tell like the change and shift in tone as well as the change in art, and so appropriate for where we're going. Hugely excited for this. For the other books, I'm surprised that we didn't get Spider-Man 70 on this, but I get it.
Well, Spider-Man 70 is right in the midst of that that 8 deaths deal. And if you look at the poll, which this is one of the books you guys can vote for on the poll on our YouTube channel under the post tab, it's doing really poorly, and the reason is because people are down on this run right now.
People don't want to read about Spider-Naut?
No, and I don't, quite frankly, but I will be buying it inevitably. My prediction for my pick of the week is Absolute Martian Manhunter. I am at the point where I don't bet against Dennis Camp.
You can't. You're betting wrong.
Yeah, it would be an idiot. I'm sorry if you were to bet against Dennis Camp at this point.
Yeah, he's just doing too much work. But this is an incredible week of books. We told you what we're going to be reading, but there is the possibility of adding one more book to that slate, and that's up to you guys on the aforementioned post tab on our YouTube channel. You get to vote on one of 4 books to make the actual docket for Thursday. The options are Amazing Spider-Man 70, Superman #24, which is always on the show, but this is such a big week that we had to bump it. Justice League Unlimited 5, same deal. And the debuting, We're Taking Everyone Down With Us #1. You guys always talk about indie. Well, now would be the week to put your money and your vote where your mouth is, because this is a big indie release. It's coming from Matthew Rosenberg, and he's done a lot of great work in the indie space. He's joined this time around by Stefano Landini. So if you want us to talk about a new indie book that's not attached to any other IP, this is the one to vote on.
Or just keep voting Superman. I love me some Superman. Please.
Just diminished all of the indie talk we're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. What are they going to do? Vote for it?
To be fair,
I don't believe you guys.
You have an indie book going against Spider-Man, Superman, and Justice League. Like, this is a David and Goliath situation. But I'm going to be reading We're Taking Everyone Down With Us no matter what, for sure. Whether or not I get to it in time for the show depends on whether or not it wins the poll, though.
Exactly. And it's going to be hard to make it to any given book outside of what's on the docket because there are just so many tremendous book options. And so what we're going to do, as we always do on this show, is we're going to take a look at the leagueofcomicgeeks.com list of all the books that are dropping this week. And we're just going to run through the books that we think you should be excited about, or at least the books that stand out to us. And I'll kick things off with a book that normally would at least make the list, but more likely the show, and that's Ultimate Wolverine #3. I'm still really enjoying this title. Just couldn't find space for it this week to make the show. But I love what Chris Condon is doing, and the Alessandro Capuccio art is insane. This book has been so much fun. I can't wait to get my hands on this issue.
And this issue introduces Ultimate Kitty and Gambit.
Yeah.
So I have heard rumblings about this Ultimate Gambit for some time now. So I'm curious to see the introduction of this character for sure. Oh God, I just said I'm excited for Gambit. Double Gambit this weekend. I'm excited for. This is cats and dogs living together at this point.
Times are changing, man.
Oh God. Okay, Bob Dylan.
But you know what doesn't change? My affinity for crossovers and nerd shit like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto. I need to read the second issue. Third issue is coming out. I very much like the first issue. Big fan. I like the way that the world got intertwined with the Turtles world. And so I'm just excited to see how that further gets pushed, further gets explored, and we get to see more just, the things that I pop off for Naruto.
Do you hear the Naruto music when you read this?
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Because I do. I enjoyed this as well.
The other thing that I have on my list is Rogue the Savage Land #3.
You would.
I liked the first issue, man. It felt like OG comics. Nothing in particular about the sensationalism of the title affected my opinion in that. That said, though, this cover has a seemingly underwear only Eric with Rogue stuck in the middle. So very excited for this issue.
Underwear only Eric. What are you talking? That's Kazar.
Oh yes, Kazar.
Who only ever wears just underwear. This is normal.
Oh my
Kazar.
God, dude.
Excited for this. Excited for this.
Damn.
That's hilarious. Tyler will back me up on this one. I'm excited for Fantastic Four #30.
Yeah. Yep.
This book has been great. It looks like this is where we're going to see the continuation of One World Under Doom #2, where Ben Grimm was stripped of his powers and his affliction, what makes him the Thing, by Doom. And so the Fantastic Four are going to have to deal with that. Ben's going to have to deal with that. Tyler, are you excited for this?
I'm excited, even though the cover looks like Ben's just sleeping on a pile of chicken nuggets. I guess that's what the Thing's stones look like when they're off of them. Yeah. This is Ryan North doing Fantastic Four. Even it's getting relaunched in the summer with a new #1 with Humberto Ramos, but this is continuing this current iteration of it, and I'm excited for it. It is consistently one of my favorite books on the stands at any given moment. Usually one and done issues too, that kind of tackle, it introduces a problem, solves it by the end. And I just think that format is something I don't see in Big Two comics as much. It's really refreshing, and I enjoy it.
I'm also really looking forward to Green Lantern #21. This is another book that we would normally be talking about on the show. Green Lantern has been stellar. It feels like the character is back in a lot of ways that it just didn't feel like for the prior decade, ever since Jeff Johns. So Jeremy Adams has brought hype back to Green Lantern, and I can't wait to see where this story is gonna go next. It's been so many twists and turns.
I would like to shout out right before this, Wonder Woman #19. This is Tom King and Daniel Sampere. This is the finale of the Sovereign arc. We're at the end.
Jesus.
At least this introductory arc of the Sovereign stuff. I finally caught up to this the other day. Love it. It's so down my alley. It's exactly why I like Tom King. Yes, it's wordy. Yes, it's heady and a little full of itself too, but in a good way. There's confidence here that I think that he really understands Diana as at her core as a character. Like there's this bit in the previous issue where the Sovereign is holed up in the White House at this point. And any other book, the heroes would be charging at the, to fight the enemy. Diana just strolls up. Grail comes out to fight her in this big battle, and she just says no and lets Cheetah handle her. And I just think that like there's just confidence in the way he writes Diana that is really intriguing to me. And this is kind of bringing all of that to a head for this issue. And the next issue we got Guillaume March on art too, so that's gonna be exciting.
Ooh, damn, that might bring me back.
Batman Wonder Woman team up issue next for issue 20, but issue 19 I'm excited for.
Nice. No one shouted out Wolverine Revenge. I need to catch up.
I was about to.
I need to catch up on issue 4, but I've just been liking this for the simplicity of it. Hack and slash, Wolverine's pissed. Let's go get the bad guys. And the art's phenomenal. Capullo, can't beat that. Hickman, can't beat that. I'm really strong so far.
X-Man Hunt Omega #1 is dropping, and this is the finale of the X-Man Hunt event with Professor X and him trying to, save his daughter from what's happening in space. I really haven't cared much for this event. I read 2 issues associated with it, and they were underwhelming. So, in a way, I'm glad this is coming to an end because then we can see what the plans are for the X-Men on the other side of this. But maybe there are some of you who are excited. So, for those of you who fit that mold, X-Men Hunt Omega #1 is dropping this week at the $6.99 price point. Though I am not going to be checking this out.
I was in until that price, to be honest. But also like I'm reading every other X-Men tie-in. So am I an idiot? Probably.
Just can't do it, man. Not anymore.
So where that's disappointing me, the whole X-Men Hunt thing is not really my bag. What was surprisingly my bag was Thunderbolt's Doomstrike #1, and issue 2 comes out this week. This is essentially, it's a One World Under Doom tie-in, but it's essentially a movie-esque Thunderbolts team, really focusing on the Winter Soldier and where his place is in this world where he has, assassinated political figures constantly. So when Doom tries to own him and the Thunderbolts team to be his strike force, Bucky says no. And Doom makes him pay for it. Spoiler for issue 1, but Doom probably does some of the worst things to Bucky Barnes and his supporting cast anyone's ever done to that character, which is saying a lot for that character. So it was issue 1 was really focused on Natasha and Bucky trying to take down Doom, and this will be the team kind of forming together. I really enjoyed it. It surprised me. The creative team on this was Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, who I've liked a lot of their work at Marvel. And they had previously done the Cap run that dealt with Bucky as well, becoming he's not the Winter Soldier anymore. He's the he has a new code name. I totally forgot it. But it's really good. Artist is Tommaso Bianchi. I recommend it. It looks like the Ghost Rider from PKJ's run is joining the team here. So that guy's getting more traction than any Ghost Rider right now. You know what?
Totally.
I'm fine with it. So in terms of like the One World Under Doom tie-ins, this has really been a standout for me. That first issue blew me away.
Speaking of blowing away, Godzilla versus Fantastic Four.
That could have went somewhere else. I appreciate.
This is Ryan North. Interesting. This is going to be a game time decision poll because Junior's on art. For anybody who's been following Pals polls, notoriously not
John
my
Romita
bag.
Jr.
John Romita Jr.
Yeah.
Not my bag. So I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna hold it in my hand. I'll flip through a page, maybe 2, see what's up, and then decide there. But out the gate, this looks interesting. I like the concept, and it makes sense. The Fantastic Four are fighting a giant monster. Perfect.
You hear that, Sean? Marco's gonna get his grubby mitts on it before even buying it. He's exactly who you hate.
Shocking.
That's what the front cover. That's what the front book is for. You open it and then you grab from behind.
You've ruined it for everybody else.
They do the same thing.
Marco's grabbing from behind. Jeez.
Hey, it's easy.
A book that I actually just made the decision to drop is Metamorpho, the Element Man. Now we know that this book has been canceled.
Oh,
But
really? Oh.
yeah, I decided to drop it because I realized it's just not my thing. I thought it would be, but unfortunately it's not been landing for me. Have either of you and anybody at home, have you guys kept up? And if you have, what do you think about Metamorpho?
I've been keeping up with it, and I enjoy it a lot. It is not everyone's cup of tea, and I understand that. It is very much Al Ewing doing a thing. This whole book is a bit, in so much that it's hokey. It almost feels like a Hanna-Barbera style storytelling, like a Saturday morning cartoon show with drama built in, and everyone is kind of adult, like an idiot in it. Even Rex is a bit of a dummy, but it's goofy. It's fun. They play with science on it. I'm really enjoying it. But as I read this, I'd be like, oh yeah, I don't know how this lasts.
Yeah. And I guess that's been answered because it ain't gonna last.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Um, I'm also looking out for the seasons. I really enjoyed issue 1. This
Same.
is a Remender, Paul Asakeda, Matt Lopez on art. I thought the rhythm of this, the musicality, the whimsical nature of this issue just floored me in the first issue. I have the second issue yet to read. I have it literally in front of me. And I'm very excited to be able to tackle this at some point this weekend. So that way I'm prepared for issue 3 because I thought it was stellar.
I want to actually go up and call out another Doom on World Under Doom tie-in, if that's cool, with Doom's Division #1. I know nothing about this creative team. It's writer Yoon Ha Lee with artist Minkyu Jung, colors by Matea Yakono, letters by Travis Lanham. I believe this is a Korean writer. It says Yoon Ha Lee, award-winning writer of the Machineries of Empire series. I'm unfamiliar with that. But this is the team that kind of Greg Pak devised that took those Korean Marvel manga characters that Marvel tried to do way back when to like, is it Mawa? Is that the Korean manga? Marco?
Manhwa, yeah.
Yeah. So like White Fox and Luna Snow, this is their team and how they exist in this whole new Doom world, really. And this is kind of taking the global aspect of it and taking this mostly Asian, APAC, Asian Pacific Islander team. I think Wave is on it too if you're a Marvel Snap player. And seeing how that exists in this new global world. I took a chance with Thunderbolts, surprised me. I'm hoping Doom's Division could do the same thing.
Cool. I'm gonna be skipping on that because I am like not compelled by the One World Under Doom banner at the moment, but I will be looking forward to hearing your thoughts.
Any of you going to check out The Mummy, Universal Monsters The Mummy #1? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, say have fun, bud.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. So this is by Faith Aaron Hicks, who's writer and artist. So you get a single vision on this. Colors by Lee Lowridge and letters by Hassan. These have been hit or miss, but I've liked trying them each time. The Creature from the Black Lagoon one was really fun to me. And seeing where this Mummy one could go, I'm curious. I think it's fun that Image and Skybound are still doing this. Like we talk about Skybound all the time, we forget that this is also Skybound, and they still have this one corner that they're doing fun little work in. And I just got like the whole idea of like Universal Monsters is really exciting me lately with the theme park that's coming out in June, Epic Universe, where there's a whole section developed on those characters. So I think Universal's really kind of trying to lean in, and I hope they sell these comics there too. That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. Imagine
They sell
even?
comics at the Marvel Land they have in Universal Islands of Adventure. There's a whole store, a comic book shop in there.
That makes
That's
sense.
where I got my first copy of Secret Wars.
Whoa.
Wow. Awesome. The Bendis one?
No,
Wars?
the original Secret Wars.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna be looking at I'm gonna shout out 2 one-shots actually. Garth Ennis and Dialbor Talajic with Kids #1, an Image book coming from the Ninth Circle, I guess, sub-publisher. But the Garth Ennis is a creator that I just trust. I like his work, his work in horror, his work in sci-fi. If he's doing something with regards to horror and violence, easy. That's a pick for me. But alongside that, in a similar vein of horror and violence, is Free For All by Patrick Horvath, who recently did Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. This is a 56-page one-shot that is quoted as delivers a brutal new vision of capitalism by combat. And if you look at the cover, it's bloody. So sign me up.
Cover is gross.
Yeah.
Can I even show that on
sign me up.
YouTube? I don't even know at this point, but
Don't.
it's it's if you liked Patrick Horvath, which I do. I'm interested in this for sure.
The last book I want to shout out is a book that I am very much the opposite of excited about. And I don't want to crap on it too bad because I see that it's got two creators behind it that I really like. We haven't spoken to them in years, but Ted Brandt and Rose Stein, who did Crowded with Christopher Sabella. They are working on the Harley Quinn Fartacular, silent but with two T's, deadly #1. Now, this is not a comic that DC intends you to take seriously, but I cannot imagine this being $7.99 for 32 pages.
Holy shit. Better smell.
It better be scratch and sniff at this point.
It better have the smell of Margot Robbie's farts bottled, scented onto the book, and smellable. That's the only way.
That's much more expensive. I've looked at the prices of those recently. I'm up and I have eBay alerts on those, and that would make this way out of my price point. So
Gotta do something.
This is just another one of those DC books that are tying into holidays. This is their April Fool's Day kind of book. I will not be picking it up. I loved Ted Brandt and Rose Stein on Crowded. Crowded was one of my hidden gems of the past 10 years or so. I think that's a book I recommend and I've gifted. So it's really cool to see them back. I wish it was somewhere else. Maybe this is just the door opening for them at DC, which I'd be excited for. I would love them on a Harley Quinn book for sure, but one that is kind of like a fart fetish book. Like it's not, but the people who have it will be picking this book up. That's for sure.
Tom McCown, it's you.
Would you?
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
Pick it up Harley Quinn.
It wasn't a fart fetish call out. Got it. I didn't know that much about how.
This book will be on Tom McCown's not going to read it, but if he did, this would be radioactive.
Yeah.
So more of a warning than a shout out, but do what you will.
I got 2 more books I want to shout out. That's cool. I wanted to talk about Peacemaker Presents Vigilante and Eagly double feature #1. So we talked about this book a little while back. It's written by Tim Seeley, art by Mitch Gerrits, but also written by James Gunn. This is that book that is set in between seasons of Peacemaker. I think that's how they described it when this was first announced. So it's kind of set in the DCU, I guess. Let's see. We'll see. We don't really know where Peacemaker stands in that. But if you told me Tim Seeley and Mitch Gerrits are putting out a new DC book, that alone probably would have been enough for me.
Sure.
And then knowing that this is kind of has James Gunn's hand in it as well, the first time in comics at DC, is exciting. And I really liked his Peacemaker show, and I really liked Vigilante in that. He's a piece of shit. And it'd be cool to kind of see more of him. And then there was one. Are either of you gonna have any interest in that?
Not really. The show was fun, but I'm not interested in like the ancillary characters of it.
Mitch Gerrits' art is always worth the price of admission, but it's worth pointing out James Gunn didn't actually write this. This is written by Tim Seeley. James Gunn came up with the story of it because James Gunn doesn't have time to sit and write comic strips, I guess. But Tim Seeley is a great choice for this kind of book.
Yep.
So I think it'll be good, and it's got Mitch Gerrits. So for that reason, this will probably end up on my pull list.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. And then the other book I wanted to check out is You'll Do Bad Things, #1. This
that's
is
Tyler Boss.
Yeah, it's written by Tyler Boss, drawn by Adriano Turtolici, with letters by Hassan. Again. So I just want to read this list real quick because I think it's better if I read that. It's been 10 years since the release of He Came In With a Smile, the true crime smash hit that chronicled the brutal murders committed by the nursery rhyme killer. But in the decade since its release, its author, Seth Holmes, hasn't produced another title. He wants to write a story with a happy ending, but every time his fingers clack across the keyboard, it always ends in his character's death. Worse yet, these tales of blood and barbarity that flow so freely from Seth's mind are starting to happen in real life. Turn the page on this giallo-inspired thriller from multi-hyphenate Tyler Boss and breakout talent Adriano Turtolucci.
I was thinking about this one.
It just looks
You've
good.
sold me on it, though.
The cover, like AMH has been doing a real good thing with graphic design on their covers lately, on their titles, and the way the title design is, and giallo-inspired thriller, Tyler Boss, who I really enjoy. This is interesting to me.
All right. So those are the books that we want to tell you about that are coming out this week. Lots of exciting stuff. Let us know what is on your pull list, because I guarantee that you're going to have something on your list that we didn't even catch. That's a big book that we should be checking out. Speaking of which, last week I put the challenge out to you guys to let me know what books I was missing. And I said that I'd buy a book that was shouted out a few times. And so you guys made me aware of Out of Alcatraz, #1, which is written by Christopher Cantwell with art by Tyler Crook. And enough of you shouted it out, and it looked more interesting enough to me that I picked it up. And my thoughts on it are that it was excellent. Easily my pick of the week, outside of what we read for the show on Pals Pulls. It takes the idea of real people escaping from Alcatraz, which I feel like there are real world legendary stories about that. And it does just enough that feels like reality that it can go in any direction that it wants to go, and you're sort of on the hook for it. And so essentially it follows two criminals who escaped from Alcatraz, and they had some help from the outside to do this, but things didn't go the way they were supposed to go during the breakout. And so now they have to deal with the fallout of that fact, plus the fact that who helped them get out, it's almost like going back to prison. It's a prison with a different skin to it. It takes place in 1962, so it's got that, old America feel to it. And it does actually manage somehow to deal with real thematic, deep topics like race. So there's a lot under the hood of this book. I highly, highly recommend it. And I want to shout out the people that suggested this book, because you are absolutely right. It's a testament to why we should be able to take your recommendations, because you nailed it in one. So keep them coming. Give us a recommendation from this week's crop, and I guarantee that the book that's the most interesting, that has the most recommendations, I will buy and I will talk about.
Yeah, I have it downloaded. I haven't gotten to it yet. That's going to be my Sunday reading, but I'm really excited for that book. Just the idea of, like, I think there was 4 inmates from Alcatraz that are missing, quote unquote. They're presumed drowned, but they're not sure if they escaped or not. So, like, there's a big question mark historically that this book can fill in that I think is super compelling.
Definitely. So we're going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know what books you are excited about. Leave that in the comments below. And if you want to hear our thoughts about the books we told you will be on the Pals Pools docket, well, you got to tune into Pals Pools. Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We will see you there. Until then, take care, guys.
See you next week.